Welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Coriander. Today, we're going to be doing some more of our coverage on Candyman and Tony Todd. And this is a fascinating
Yeah,
article where he
yeah.
talked about Candyman and his role with it, but also the relevance of him in the horror genre, culturally
Hmm.
speaking. So I thought this would be really
Yeah.
interesting to talk about. Let's see. We have an article where he was being interviewed. I'm just going to put this up on the screen so that we can reference it,
Hmm.
Coriander, and then we can talk a little bit about it. But
Yeah.
um, in the article, it says Tony Todd reprising his role as Candyman in the forthcoming reboot set to drop August 2021, which of course we know is supposed to be in now 16 days. So it's going to be awesome. Actually, no,
Yeah.
15. I'm sorry, 15.
Yeah.
Yeah. It says, if I had, and this is from Tony Todd himself, and that's why I wanted to do this episode of news. He says, if I had never done another horror film, I could live with that, and I'd carry this character. I thought he would disappear. After 30 years, we're back and with a fascinating, powerful new chapter, he said. Nia
Mm.
DaCosta will bring that femininity to a darkness, which is great. Todd also talked about the lack of representation in the movie industry he saw when he first started out and how that has changed, noting the significance of Candyman director Nia DaCosta being one of a select few black female horror filmmakers out there right now. And he goes on to say, when I started in this business, I would show up on set, and not only would I be the only black actor, I would be the only black person in jobs that anybody should have the opportunity to do if it wasn't for nepotism. Now it's changed, he said. I would go on set and the entire transportation department and hair and makeup were people that looked like me and knew how to apply makeup to me. And he laughs. And like me, okay? Just the joy that occurred finally being allowed to the dance. Now, I just want to also say, and he also says, I'm sorry, the actor also offered his thoughts on being called the king of black horror. And I just wanted to take a second to stop there. What are your thoughts on that, Coriander, as far as Tony Todd obviously carrying that torch for people of color in the horror genre?
I mean, he's great. I am such a fan of his that if I was African American, I would be proud to have him as a representation. Yeah.
Absolutely.
He's, you know, yeah, he's great. I mean, and everything that he does, I love his voice. And there's just, yeah, and look at him. I mean, he's just good,
Yeah, he's,
and
he's, he's an excellent actor.
yeah, and like we've all talked about before, it's sad how even to this day, still kind of, they go to the typical cast of who they're going to cast in a certain parts, and it's kind of interesting how he's talking about how it was just him at first,
Right,
and
right,
that's
right.
that's sad, and that's too bad
Hmm.
because there's a lot of talent everywhere,
Yeah. Hmm.
and to, always pick a particular person, because of their race or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's sad.
Absolutely. Well, he goes on to say, and I just want to reference the rest of his quotes, um, and just to pass this on to people who might be interested, saying that the actor, as I just read, offered his thoughts on being called the king of black horror, to which he replied, quote, I don't mind. You can label me however you want. I know who I am. As long as they pay the bills and for my daughter's grad school education, I'm fine. Horror fans are the most ferocious fan base there is. That allows for a lot of personal appearances and celebrating a genre that's sort of kicked to the side, but also passionately adored. So I don't see it as secondhand citizenship. I have outside interests. I'm not worried about being pigeonholed. Just fascinating types of things. And of course, now being in a role that he originated 30 years ago, and
Mm,
he was just saying that this new movie, he said, Tony Todd said, returning to Candyman was a joy. So that right
yeah,
there, just some insight from the man himself, and I think it's really um, interesting, but also important to hear his viewpoints on how the industry is. versus how it was 30 years ago. And it's showing that there
Yeah.
is some improvement, but also that we've got a long way to go. When you think of
Mhm.
in the horror genre, when you think of African American actors, he's on a short list, especially when you talk about starring in your own vehicle, like he did with the Candyman franchise. So he's on a short list. And I'm hoping that, with this resurgence that he's helping to bring in along with Jordan Peele and Nia DaCosta and so forth, I hope that it can start to kind of push it further in that direction, much further than it is right now. That would be nice. What do
Yeah.
you think?
I agree.
Yeah,
You know. Yeah.
absolutely. It would be nice. It would.
Yeah,
But
it would.
yeah, I'm really excited. And hearing him talk about his appearance in this movie, his role in this movie, and also mentioning that he's got deals. He's talked about how he has deals with t-shirt companies and toy companies. And he even mentioned there's a video that was out a while back, and I'll reference that probably in the description down below, but reference how he's got something going on with the Travel Channel.
Hmm.
He couldn't say much about it because there's the behind the scenes and contracts and all that. But in other
Right.
words, I'm just glad that Tony Todd is getting the opportunity to do more stuff because he's always been a well-known character, a
Mm.
well-known actor, I should say,
Mhm.
especially in the horror genre. But he never was really put at the level that he should have been at to me, because
Yeah.
he's a fantastic actor. Um,
Right.
and I think that this opportunity in the new movie will hopefully shine some more light on him and other people of color in the filmmaking industry, and that'll be great. That'll
Mhm.
really be great. So, anyways,
Yeah.
guys, but yeah, let us know what you think down in the comment section down below. What do you think of Tony Todd's comments? What do you think about his recall of how things were 30 years ago and how they are today, and where should we go from there? Comment down below. Let us know what you think. Give this video a like, and we will catch you guys later. If you're watching this, if you're listening to this, you are the Night Watch. Peace out.
Upchurch.